Welcome to today's class. We're going to scoop our glutes to start to sit in an upright position. Make sure your spine is tall and straight. Let's place one hand on our chest and one hand on our belly. And let's start with a few breaths here. So take a deep breath in to start and sigh it all out. Let's do that 2 more times. Perfect. Now start breathing through your nose, in and out. And imagine every time you inhale beautiful warming light. And every time you exhale everything you want to let go of today. So really inhale as deep as you can through the nose. And exhale through the nose. And let go everything you want to let go of. And really feel every time you inhale how your belly is rising. And when you exhale, how it's sinking deeper and deeper. Just keep breathing like this. Really connect with your breath here. Your breath is going to guide you through this whole practice today. On your next exhale, release your hands back down. And let's roll over onto our knees. And let's sit back onto our calves, onto our heels, to change the seating position here. Let's make sure we open up our chest. We straighten our arms to the side and gather around and interlace under our fingers behind our back. And now we're going to drop our hands down to the mat to open our chest even more. You can look up and really open up that chest, push away your shoulders and breathe. Really feel that expansion in your chest here. Perfect. Slowly come back up. Release your fingers. Let's sway our arms back out to the side. And your left arm goes underneath your right arm and they like twist together. If you can, your hands should touch, but if that's too much for you, you can just hold on to your wrist. But it's like an extra stretch if you hold on to your palm, like palm to palm. And now we're going to twist our hands. So our hands are like this. And now we're going to push away our elbows and push up our arms to the sky and just stretch our back here. And breathe. Remember, by breathing you can let go of tension. So I know there's a lot of tension in the back here, so just breathe it out. And if you want to increase the stretch, you just push away with your elbows a bit more. And you can also sink down if you want to, if that feels good. Or you can stay up there. You can really find your spot by moving your elbows up and down. Perfect. On your next exhale, release your hands, sway them out to the side, and now your right arm goes underneath the left. We twist our arms. Perfect. We push away the elbows and pull up or go down, whatever feels good for you here. And breathe to release any tension. Perfect. Release your arms. Let's lift both of our arms up towards the sky. Bend your right elbow and hold on with your left hand to your right elbow and really pull your elbow towards the center. So that you get this nice stretch in your side. And breathe, of course. Release your arms. Let's sway them up to the sky. Bend your left elbow and hold on to that left elbow and pull towards the center. Perfect. Let's release our arms back down. Give yourself a hug here to release any tension in the back. And just let go here. Release your arms back down. And from here, we're going to push back into a child's pose. So make sure your knees are mat wide apart and your big toes are touching. And then you reach forward with your arms and really give yourself a nice stretch here. Let's walk our right hand to the right side of the mat and place our left hand on top to give yourself a nice side stretch. Perfect. Release your hands and place your left hand on the left side and place the right hand on top and stretch the other side. Perfect. Walk your hands back to center and let's come up into tabletop position here. With this, it's very important that your shoulders are above your wrists and your hips above your knees so you don't hurt yourself. Let's extend our right leg long to give yourself a little stretch after all these seated positions. And just push into your foot here. Perfect. Let's change legs. Extend our left leg long and push into that foot. Perfect. Release your leg. Let's come back to tabletop position. Make sure your alignment is right. And let's move our spine. So you can make any movement you want today. You can make circles. You can go from one side to the other. Whatever feels good for you today. Keep breathing. If you're making circles, change directions. Perfect. Come back to center. Place your hands a bit further on the mat, further to the edge of the mat, and let's push up into our first downward dog. With the downward dog, it's very important that your seating bones are reaching to the sky. You push through your hands and your back is straight. And if it feels uncomfortable like this, you can bend your knees so that you can go deeper into the stretch. But if you want, you can pull your heels towards the ground if you can have your back straight here, but just prioritize your back. You can walk your dog and just get some movement. Place your right foot in the middle of the mat and reach around with your left. Straighten your legs here for a nice leg stretch. Don't forget to breathe. Let's change legs. So we step our left in the middle and wrap around with our right foot and stretch and breathe. Release your feet, place them back into this downward dog. Come forward into a plank and lower yourself down. Let's place our right forearm parallel to the mat. Bend your right leg and hold on with your right arm to give yourself a nice stretch. Perfect. Extend that leg. Place your left forearm parallel to the mat. Reach around to grab your left foot. Release. Place both hands a bit wider than the mat. Come onto your fingertips and we're going to push up into slight back bend and exhale, release back down. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, drop back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. exhale down. Place our hands underneath our shoulders to push up, back into our downward dog. From here, we're going to walk our feet forward to the front of our mat in between our hands. And we're going to stay in a forward fold here. Really hang heavy, but make sure your spine is as straight as possible. Just let yourself stretch a little bit. Don't forget your breath here. Perfect. Now vertebra by vertebra, slowly come back up to standing. Your head comes last. Perfect. Let's roll our shoulders here a bit to let go of any tension. Let's place our hands in front of the heart. Take a deep breath in and exhale, sigh it all out. Keep breathing like this. Find your breath again. Really breathe as deep as you can. Really try to remember today that your breath is like your anchor to the present moment. You can always start to breathe and feel balanced again. Whenever you feel stressed or overwhelmed or whatever it is, just come back to your breath. And know that every time you inhale beautiful energy, and every time you exhale, you can just let go of whatever you want to let go of. So really try to keep that in mind today. Let your breath be your anchor to the present moment. Slowly come back to this mat. Let's raise our hands to the side and up like the sun. So we inhale, reach your arms to the side and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to have a flat back here. You can place your hands on your legs and just have a flat back. And now we're going to come through Chaturanga. That means we're going to place our hands on the mat. We're going to shift our body weight forward and drop down. And then we're going to inhale, come to upward facing dog, push up for a back bend, and tuck your toes. Exhale to downward facing dog. And breathe. Perfect. Now we're going to release our right leg and we're going to place it next to our right hand. We're going to drop our left knee to the ground. Perfect. Now we're gonna stay in this lizard lunge a bit. So we're gonna release our right hand, and you can like tilt your foot a bit out to the side. Place your right hand on your thigh. Make sure you don't push on the knee. So on the thigh, and push out to the side for an increased stretch here. If it feels a bit rough on your knee, you can place something on your knee, but it should actually be fine like this. And breathe. Place your sole of your feet back on the mat. Place your left hand next to your right foot. And let's stretch open our right arm to the sky to get a little twist here. And breathe, of course. Perfect. Exhale, release. And now we're gonna walk our foot a bit into the middle of the mat. And we're gonna come back to the back of our mat to straighten our leg long to get a hamstring stretch. So you can walk your hands a bit forward if you want. Just make sure your back can be as straight as possible. And breathe into the stretch. I know it can be a hard one, so just breathe the tension away. Perfect. Release your foot, come back forward, place your hands on the mat, and push back into downward dog. Now we place our left foot next to our left hand. Place your right knee on the floor. And we're gonna release our left hand. Place on your left thigh and push your thigh out towards the side. Your foot can tilt a little bit for an increased stretch. And just breathe. And let go of all the tension here. Place your foot back on the ground. Place your right hand next to your left foot. And reach up towards the sky with your left hand to get a twist. Don't forget your breath. Perfect. Release your hand back down. Walk your foot to the middle of the mat and sit back down to straighten your leg to get back into that hamstring stretch. Walk your hands forward. If you want to increase the stretch, make sure your hip is facing forward. Your toes are active. Your back is straight. Perfect. Release and come back with your hands to the mat and push back into your downward dog. Then we're slowly gonna tiptoe forward in between our hands into forward fold. And we're gonna go through forward fold. We're gonna hold on to your ankles and we're gonna place our feet a bit wider, like mat wide. We're gonna rotate our feet a bit outward. Hold on to your ankles and slowly sink down into Malasana. You can place your hands on the ground or in front of the heart, whatever feels good for you. It's just very important that your back is straight here. And just breathe into this pose. Sink a bit deeper. Slowly release your arms, your hands. And now we're going to try to sit on your seating bones as slowly as you can. So don't drop down, but just go very, very slow. Just sink a bit deeper and sit back. Perfect. Now we're going to push ourselves back to extend our legs. We're going to flex our toes. We're going to reach up with our arms to the sky, and we're going to fold forward into the seated forward fold. Make sure your spine is straight and just sink deeper. If this is too much for you, you can also prioritize your back here. Just make sure it's straight. You can hold on to your thighs, you can hold on to your lower legs, whatever feels comfortable. Just make sure your spine is straight and you get this little tilt in your hip, and just reach as far as you feel that you can. It's not about how far you come, it's just your back should be straight, your toes should be flexed, and your legs should be active here. Just breathe and let go of the tension. Perfect. Slowly release your hands. Let's come onto our back. Slowly roll down. Then hug your knees to the chest. You can even open your legs a bit to the side. This gives you a nice release in your hips. You can circle your legs if you want to, or just stay in that position. Let's extend our left leg long, but hold on to your right knee. Stretch your knee towards the chest. Now we're going to scoop our hips to the right. And we're going to drop that right knee to the left side and look over to your right and extend your arm long for the side twist here. And breathe to release all the tension. And your next exhale, release this pose and straighten your right leg long, hold on to your left knee, pull it towards the chest. And now we're going to scoop our hips towards the left and drop that left knee towards the right and look over to the left and extend your left arm long. Perfect. Exhale, release. Pull both knees towards the chest, but this time really, really hard. As hard as you can. And exhale, release, and straighten your legs out. Let your hands rest on the ground, palms facing up. Close your eyes. Take one more deep breath in. And exhale, side out. Maybe one more cleansing breath. So inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. To arrive in Shavasana. Just rest here. Every time a thought comes to your mind, just let it pass by and come back to your breath. You can pause here if you want to stay for a bit longer. Slowly start to move your toes and your fingertips. Start to circle your wrists and your ankles. Whenever you feel ready, stretch your arms underneath your head. And then turn to one side. And just rest. Whenever you feel ready, come back into a seated position. Scoop your glutes. Make sure your spine is tall. Place your hands in front of the heart. Think about what you're grateful for today. Connect with your breath. Place your hands on your forehead, on your third eye. Let your intuition guide you today. And remember, every time you feel stressed or overwhelmed, just come back to your breath. And just release everything with your breath. Place your hands on the ground to thank Mother Earth. Perfect. When you feel ready, come back up. Namaste. Thank you.